So, thanks for meeting today.
No problem.
We have a new project that we are starting. I've been speaking to the sponsors, and so I thought it was about time we got together and had our project initiation meeting.
Wonderful.
To
Fantastic.
see what we're doing. This is quite an exciting one. I'll give you the details. This is the introductory background and also the traceability table. I'll explain what that is
Lovely.
as we go through it, just so you can get this background on what we're doing. Here we are.
Fantastic, thank
Is that
you.
fine?
That's perfect.
Okay. So what we're doing is we are doing a project for the Queensland Pioneer, the small town Queensland Pioneer Rural Museum. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be actually building a house for them.
Cool.
The background is that the museum at the moment has lots of artefacts about pioneer life in Australia, but they're all static.
Well, so they don't move, it's sort of basically... Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they're static.
Bit
the
boring?
yeah, a bit boring. And that's one thing we'll go into in a moment about the, reason why they don't want all their things to be, their artifacts to be static.
Sure.
So the artifacts at the moment are static. The people have to read. You can see the artifact, you can see it there, but you don't know how it works. You don't see how it's moving or
No,
how
it's
it
not
will be
exciting.
used. It's not exciting. And as well, if you have a look, if we just quickly go over to Appendix A, which is the requirements traceability table. Now this table here is basically everything we're going to be. I've done some of it, but we're going to be doing more of it later.
Sure.
And it's all the documents that we're going to be using for this project.
Okay, sure.
So
It's nice they're all here.
Yeah, so we'll be
Yeah.
adding to it, but this is what I found so far. So one of the first things that, just while you were asking about it being
Yeah.
exciting or not exciting,
Yeah.
there's some academic papers on here about why the museum want to have a living history artifact rather than a static
Sure.
artifact.
Okay.
Now, a living history artifact is one where you actually see the artifacts being used. So, for example, if it was a horse and buggy, rather than just seeing static and then it shows you, how you would get in and everything like that, it's moving around the museum.
So it's more interactive.
And you can get in
You
it.
can get in it.
Yeah, you can get in it.
You get
It's
a
got
better feel
horses.
for it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm liking this.
And for our living history museum, for the house, it's about how people actually lived, how the pioneers lived in the late Victorian times.
Okay.
So we're going to be putting in a wood-fired oven, and they're going to do actual cooking there.
Oh,
So you could go to the
wonderful.
museum, you could look at a wood-fired oven, but you don't know what it was like. You don't know if it, how it made the room
Warm
hot or
yeah.
or
How
sm-
hard would it be?
or how difficult it would be to keep it warm.
I
we're
went
just-
to a World War One thing in London years
yeah.
ago, and it smelled like the trenches.
Yeah, and that's
From
and
the
that's
First
the
World
thing. And these, if you actually look at these articles that I put on here on the traceability table, they are actually academic papers about how, for lifelong learning, adults and children
Cool.
respond and they learn better
Cool.
when they can see things as it was and being used and smelling like it would have
Yeah,
been.
yeah.
The smells, the sounds,
that's when you
the
get the feel,
sights.
isn't it?
Yeah,
You
you
know,
get the
yeah.
feel for it. So those two articles, they're basically about how
Like it.
and they're examples of actual living history museums in Europe. And that's one of
Yeah.
the reasons why the museum want to have one of these, because they've heard about the success of
I
them
can
in
see that.
reenactments,
Yeah.
historical reenactment. Okay, so for our purposes, we're going to need a house. So we're going to be actually finding a Queenslander, a small cottage Queenslander, and we're going to be putting it on the site. Now, one of the constraints we've got already is that the museum, they know exactly where it wants to go. We can't choose where it goes.
Okay.
So we have to depend on the expert. So if you go back to our traceability table,
David, right, yes.
you can see, you've seen those, when you drive along the highway up to the coast, and there's those sort of like car lots, but they're not car lots, they're houses.
Yes.
Well, I've had a look into some of these guys. Now we're going to have to talk to these guys, and as your jobs as project administrators and contract administrators, you're going to be the guys that are going to be dealing with these contractors.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
we can do that.
Okay. So we go to them, find the best quote. I had a look already. There was a little house, 2-bedroom cottage, perfect, pretty much untouched because it has to authenticity is really important in this project. Pretty untouched. We just need it to be brought to the site, stumped, re-stumped,
Yeah, sure.
and made safe. made
Yeah.
safe, repaired, and made to be authentic. So if it's got any modern bathroom fittings, they need to
They
go.
do- Okay.
Any modern kitchen needs to go. So this
Okay.
is the sort of thing that we'll be negotiating with the builders.
Yeah.
The
That's
restumpers
where we
will
come in.
The restumpers know their job, and I will be talking to them as well because we obviously have lots of health and safety issues that we need to go through with them.
Yeah.
But they know their job, and they've got their insurance and they're qualified and that, so we'll be negotiating with them.
Sure.
But our builder, we need to also, he's going to be on site once the restumpers have gone, and we're going to have to negotiate with him to see, liaise with him to see what.
Yeah.
So you've got a bit of experience with
Yeah.
builders, haven't you? So,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Okay.
this. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this.
Okay, so I've got three quotes there that we can look into. You're sort of more of our contract person,
Yeah.
so I was thinking you would probably be good, and I know you have a talent for sourcing items. The next thing we're doing is we actually have to get, as well as it being safe and authentic, we need to get the artifacts in there. So
Mhm.
we need to find these, and I
Yeah.
know you're very good at procuring
Happy
things.
to do, yes. Yeah.
So, we are going to be putting in the wood-fired oven.
Yeah.
We're going to be putting in a kitchen dresser with a meat safe because
Yeah.
there's no refrigeration or anything at this time. It's exactly as it would have been in pioneer
Yeah.
times. And we're going to be putting kitchen table chairs, that sort of thing. And we are going to be outfitting one bedroom, as it would have been at that
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. And what we're doing outside is they also want a garden.
Mm.
So we're going to have to get a landscaper to help us with the gardening, and we are going to have to get a plumber as well because we
Okay.
need to
Yeah.
plumb the
Yeah.
site. We'll so what we're going to do is near the plumbing we've got obviously water for the garden, but we're also going to have a laundry space
Yeah.
so that they can see how people did
Oh,
laundry
Oh,
with the
ring-
old
ring
the
laundry,
the
ring-
ring
ring
and
washer,
laundry
yeah.
and stuff like that. So what we need to come up with now, well, you're
I'll take care of the building side of it all. Or
Yeah,
you get the
okay.
quotes
Well,
on the stump, re-stumping and the
yeah,
house moving,
and
definitely.
negotiating with the plumber and
Yep.
the builder because that's your
Right up
expertise.
my alley.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, and you're going to be the procuring. So
Yep. Happy-
you'll have
happy
to.
go on
That's
the
one thing
search.
that's not on this table at the moment is
Yeah.
places where we can actually get the artifacts. Now the
Ah.
museum do have their own things. They are going to do a little bit of an outfit once
Yeah.
we're finished.
Okay.
Okay.
I know of the places already, and we can.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Okay. So one of the things that might be a bit difficult to get is they want a water pump for the outside of the
Ah,
laundry,
yeah,
so they
yeah.
can see how much hard work it was just to
Yeah.
get the washing
Do
done.
the washing
Yeah.
done,
So what we're going to do now is we're going to go away. If you can have a look at some of these quotes, you get onto your guys
Yeah.
that you know with historical artifacts,
Okay.
and we'll also talk to the museum as well and see what they have that they might want to use as
Yeah.
an artifact.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then we'll get together and we will make the project charter
Wonderful.
so that we have a
Wonderful.
detailed breakdown.
Wonderful.
We have a detailed breakdown of what actually each
Perfect.
job that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
we can take it to our project sponsors, Small Town Museum, and get their approval. We can
Sounds
get
good to me.
started.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Right.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Looking forward.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you very
Perfect.
much.